All right, welcome to the Monday Movies Night show, trailer, what have you. More movies, more fun. So thank you for joining me. This is Aru from Plungecast, but also Don't Hate Mondays show. Right here, we live stream every Monday, or I try to when I'm in good health. Well, I feel up to sitting up straight and not in pain. I try to get on here and talk to you guys and have a bit of fun on a Monday to make your life a bit more interesting and a bit something to look forward to in the way of entertainment. So one of the things, let's get it right off the chat, right off the start, right, is a little Spanish, shouldn't say a little, an animated Spanish movie called Robot Kingdom, Robot Dreams, Robot Dreams. Has a very short head for that, wasn't it? Let's see if the next one's a bit longer. This is the same one. Looks like it's the same one. So, what is Robot Dreams, right? So, Robot Dreams is a Spanish movie, a Spanish language movie, I should say, if I remember right, from Spain and France origin. So, it just come out last December. So, what's that, like 3 months ago? Filming locations. So, it's America. I guess it's kind of like it's it's strange. Why would they have like animated show, like animated movie having a filming location? I guess that's where the studio space, right? As usual, you know, everything's all over the world, right? So they made about $1 million on this movie, but I don't know what the budget is. So what's the idea behind this movie, right? So it's a full-on. There is no dialogue in the movie. Voice actors are credited but not associated with a determined character. They don't speak, just make sounds. However, it is known that voice director and actor Ivan Labanda voices both dog and robot. So so there's also an alternate version for the UK charts, right? UK cinemas, which was like distribution is obscured rude gestures in order to obtain a PG classification. So they did a bit of, they cut a bit out. Now, this is, it's I like animation, but like this is the first time seeing a animation that like that we're party to as a movie that's no sound, like there's no dialogue. It's just people gesturing and motions like looking and whatever. So let's have a look at who this guy is, Pablo Berger, and what has he done. So this movie's set in New York, by the way, 1980s. So he did Snow White in 2012, Torremolinos 23 to 20 years ago, and then 20 years later he comes back with this one. Now, let's see what this movie was, right? So that's looks like it's in black and white. So Twist in the Snow White fairy tale that is set in 1920 Seville's in France, right? And centered on a female bullfighter. That was in 20.
de piel blanca,
It's interesting. Like even that's got no dialogue on it. So it's kind of an interesting filmmaker, right? Like you got a whole animated movie with no dialogue, and you sort of like have to sense your way through it with this whole Robot Dreams animated movie. So that came out like December, right? France and Spain was the I guess the funding agencies for it. So the story of Robot Dreams is adventures and misfortunes of dog and robot in New York City during 1980s. So it's highly rated, like 7.5 out of 10 is quite a good rating. Usually I give it around, like most movies, if I'm okay with it, like they didn't do anything special, but for the effort and the work put into it, I usually give it like a 5 to 6. But when it comes to 7, I'm really, it's moved me, right? I'm quite happy with it. So another I want to bring up a movie before we go to A.M. Stein. I want to bring up a movie called Land of Bad that I actually saw, right? So this is an R-rated, I guess, R-rated movie. So Land of Bad is an interesting movie. Like it's one of the Hemsworth brothers. So we'll have a look into it in a minute. But I found it. It was more than I was expecting. I quite enjoyed it. I'll have to check my ratings. I might be wrong with that. But let's have a look at this.
6 minutes, did it easy.
I'm shooting. We got big fucking problems. This your first mission? Second. Here we go.
This is Reaper 10 checking in.
Reaper 10, this is Playboy 06.
Roger, Playboy. I'm your eyes in the sky and the bringer of doom.
The asset disappeared 2 weeks ago, believed to be kidnapped.
So this is a rescue op.
The hell are these guys?
We got a situation.
Reaper, you're cleared hot.
Copy. Impact 30 seconds.
I see him.
Scan forward. Keep me with him.
Copy.
Give me the status of your team.
KIA.
Copy, Playboy. We got you.
He's freaking out. You gotta calm him down.
Helicopter is inbound to the evac point.
You got to get your ass on the move, son.
You gotta move, man. Go on, soldier.
We are taking heavy fire.
Blackbird, can you stay in the area?
Get up and go.
Playboy, where are you?
Can't talk right now.
Lost comms.
We're gonna drop bombs on these tanks. If we don't get out of here, we're all gonna die.
There's no way. I'm off this op.
Drop that bomb.
Our priority is protecting the men and women who serve this country.
Welcome to Land of Bad.
Can you stay in the
Land of Bad, like I said, I've watched it and it's really, really full on. It doesn't pull any punches. It's kind of like if I had to say something like, something in the 30 years ago or 80, or a bit more like say 90s, late 80s, I would say it's Hamburger Hill, kind of like that. It's like, it's pretty full on. It doesn't pull any punches. It's raw and it's full on action. There's quiet moments in it as well, and there's some bits of little humor in it as well. Just to bring it back down to earth, or make it a bit humanize it a bit. But I think it's a good movie in the sense like it's worth watching if you're into war movies, if you're into action movies, and just want to, I think in a sense to see what it's really like in that situation, and you kind of like wonder uh, why a lot of people suffer PTSD after war, and or even during war, or what they used to call shell shock back in my granddad's days, right? In World War One and Two, and it's just, I think a lot of people see everything, because we see now war for us is just behind the screen, right? It's we've been able to like dehumanize war because of entertainment wise, like we tell stories and so forth and adventures and all that, and we see it like it's just another thing. But but soldiers and generals and people, pilots and everybody on the ground, everybody in the air, on the land, by sea, right, so on, they live it, try to keep us safe, try to keep us away from the actual harm, try to keep other people safe. And I think Land of Bad did really good at that, and I think you'll enjoy it if you watch it, if if you go with the right mindset, right? So another movie I want to talk about that's coming up is called The Watcher, right? And The Watcher is an A.M. Shine Scott. I can't remember if he's Scottish or Irish, but we're going to look into it. There's an interview I've came across where he talks about it that was done by his I guess alma mater, whatever they call it, his university where he went to school and all that, as for writing and all. So let's have a look at this.
At the same time, we were young, single, any more words?
What is this place? Who are you? We're just like you. Lost.
They come every night. They watch us until the sun rises again. It's a window on the other side.
They'll be very interested in someone new.
What is that? What are they doing?
Applause. For you, Mina.
Don't you want to know what they are?
It's impossible.
So you'll notice that like it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan, right? But his daughter, Ishana, is the actual writer and director, right, of it. So I I saw the ad and I was like, well, it kind of is interesting for for me who likes supernatural stuff and horrors, and there's kind of like this twist of like, are they sci-fi creatures, or is there some sort of like experimentation? What's going on? And so I'm kind of excited for this movie, and so basically it's a fantasy horror mystery, right? A young artist gets stranded in an extensive immaculate forest in Western Island, so it's island of. That's what I mean. Like I was saying, like how I couldn't remember if it was Scottish or Ireland, right? So Scotland or Ireland. So it's Ireland, right? So she's lost in a immaculate forest in Western Ireland, gets stranded, where after finding shelter, she becomes trapped alongside three strangers, stalked by mysterious creatures each night. So the book it's based on is by A.M. Shine, who's a literary horror author, basically a horror writer, right? And so the head of, I wanted to know who this guy was, right? Because I've never kind of heard of him as such, but of course I wanted, after watching the trailer, I was quite interested. So I went across and I found I did a little bit of a name search on his, on YouTube to see, what he was about and who he was. And so I found, where is it? Let me just find it here. So there's an actual interview I found with him on it. There we go. I knew I had it here somewhere, so let's grab this. So let's wait for it to pop up, and then we're away. So it's only about 5 minutes.
We heard rumours of another Hollywood blockbuster being filmed here in Ireland, and the rumours are in fact true. University of Galway campus will be home to the filming of the wonderful movie The Watchers, starring Dakota Fanning. But what you may not know is that the author of the book that the movie was based upon is actually a graduate of University of Galway and a Galwegian, A.M. Shine, and I had an opportunity to catch up with him this morning and talk about the movie.
It's a work of Irish literary horror. It tells a story of Mina, who becomes hopelessly lost in a woodland in Connemara. And as night is falling, she finds a shelter. It's a building with the wall of glass. And in the daytime, it's a regular window. But at nighttime, when a light clicks on in the room, it becomes a one-way mirror.
Oh.
So Mina can't see what's out there in the woodland. But every night they come up from the earth and they watch her through the window.
Ah, hence The Watchers.
Exactly. So it's a blend of Irish folk horror and Gothic horror.
Very nice combination and an unusual one.
Yeah, it's a story that's quintessentially Irish, and it all takes place here in Galway.
We're here at University of Galway, and I know you're a graduate of ours, and I'm wondering how your time at University of Galway shaped your creative style.
Okay, I capped my education here with a master's in history.
Nice.
I don't think there are too many courses that require you to write so many words under such a tight deadline.
Okay.
So I certainly learned a lot about discipline. And I also learned just how much I love writing. My supervisor, John Cunningham, trimmed every single adjective and every single adverb off my thesis. So I just kind of railed against that. And I wanted to start describing everything in the most horrifying way that I possibly could.
So from history to horror.
Exactly. Went down the dark route.
But The Watchers is full of really interesting and unique characters. Would you say any of them would be based on people you've met in your own experience?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. When I create a character.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I want them to be as complex and believable as possible. So it's kind of like assembling a Frankenstein's monster of sorts. You're taking different parts from different people and assembling them into someone new.
But are you saying the people you've met are kind of like Frankenstein?
Bits of them can create a Frankenstein. You learn to look out for habits and quirks. And if you have a rough idea for a character, you kind of think, okay, who do I know is kind of like this? And you can take part of them and put it into that person there. So you learn a lot of just by people watching.
Yes.
Really. And there's probably no better place to people watch than the campus in September.
So The Watchers has come from people watching.
Absolutely.
The characters within it.
Every character comes from stealing people's identities. Yeah.
Dakota Fanning is set to star in your movie adaptation of The Watchers. How does it feel, Al, to see your characters come to life?
Oh, it's surreal. I mean, these characters live in your head for so long that they become basically real people. You know the way they think, the way they act. Your mind creates this reflection of how they look. I think that's the great thing about books, is that everyone sees the characters differently.
Their perception.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So only recently I was very kindly invited to visit everyone on set.
Wow.
So I got to stand in the room of glass with all of these characters that I've created, all in costume, all in makeup. It's just bizarre. It's like stepping into the book.
The renowned movie director, Shanna Shyamalan, is the director of the book adaptation into a movie. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, thrilled. It's amazing. I've been lucky to be hired as a consultant on the movie.
Oh, wow.
So I've seen the whole process go from start to where we are now, nearly finished production. She's an amazing director. She understands the genre so well. And I do think that the book and the movie are two very, very different forms of art, you know? So the book is my baby, the movie is hers, and I just can't wait to watch it like everyone else. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
You know?
And it's really cool you had a hand to play in this as well, as opposed to just the book being handed over.
Yeah, no, it's nice to be a part of it. Like as a lonely horror writer, it's always nice to be a part of a larger artistic project with so many wonderfully talented people involved, you know? So honestly, I never realized how much work goes into movies now.
Yeah, you see it from the other side.
Absolutely. You know, it's very exciting.
Your journey as a University of Galway student to published author, and now your book, The Watchers, being converted into a movie. What message would you have for your fans, your readers, and our current University of Galway campus students?
Okay, I would say life is full of surprises. I think that what you study in university won't necessarily be what you go on to do for a living.
Absolutely.
But I think the university experience is so important. It gives you so much. You learn so much about yourself. Like, would I be a horror writer if I didn't study history here? No.
Wow,
no
so
chance.
it really influenced you.
Of course, it gave me the skills, the tools, and the confidence to take this gamble. And luckily, it paid off, or hope it has anyway.
It definitely has. And I would say that's probably true for many of our students. You know, you might necessarily go down the path you've studied, but you'll have a lot more skills to do whatever it is you wish thereafter.
Absolutely agree.
Fantastic.
Absolutely agree.
So yeah, I thought that was quite cool. And he's talking about like how, you know, you're writing on your own, and like for me as a comic writer, I get to work with a couple other people. But when you're writing as a writer, literature, right, like novels and stuff, you're just on your own. And the only time you kind of like, you know, talk to anybody, you know, anybody else or work with anybody else is when you're going to research something. And so, yeah, I think I'm really keen on watching this, the Watchers movie, and I'm also might kind of like try to listen to the audiobook beforehand if possible, you know, have it on and while I'm working and lettering and stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys check it out. I think it's quite an interesting concept. You know, why does the light go on it? You know, where do they live? Are they living underground? And how you know, there's that whole idea of like how this enchanted forest or whatever exists, and how do you get trapped in it? And you know, why can't you run away during the day? And you saw a bit of that, right, in the daytime, and the guy was trying to get away, and then it's like, yeah, couldn't get away. You know, don't you want? And she goes, don't you want to know who they are? It's like, well, I mean, we'll see, right? So the last movie I want to leave you with.
The DEA murders in Silverado. Remember that? Yeah, 2 undercover agents killed in a drug buy.
We're DEA!
I got the marshals to agree to send you down and bring those 2 witnesses back here.
Sometimes I mess around with movie lines. You looking at me?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else around here? ¿Algún problema?
Let a doctor fix you up the right way. This is my brother.
It's dangerous. The longer we're here, the more danger for your family.
Johansson has a few lives left. He's a strong one.
She can help solve who killed those DEA agents. In America, we can protect...
You can! Te van a encontrar, Rosa. Te van a matar, vas a que te maten nomás.
I saw what happened that night, and they know it.
So who do you know that you trust that you can call?
So many questions, my friend.
If you want to fight with the wolves, you got to be a wolf.
making. He's never really stopped making movies. I was just thinking like, oh, he's stopped making movies. That's like he's just back into it. But like he's been making movies consistently every couple a year, and so it's good to see him back and making movies. So I'm kind of like looking forward to it, and then not, because I don't know if it's, you know, if it's something that, you know, that it's for me. All right, but it's there, and I'll check it out and see if I like it or not. Because like it sounds more like a drama rather than an action. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there'll be another trailer later on to let us know, you know, whether if we want, you know, if it's going to be interesting, or is it all the action scenes are actually in the trailer itself, and there's nothing in the movie apart, you know, just full of drama and stuff. So that's it for me today, guys. A short one, and I think that's what I'm going to do with these ones. So we're going to just keep it down to half an hour. And I thank you for joining me. We'll catch you on the other side. Wherever you are, be well, be safe, and like I always say, take care. You know, if you've got a loved one nearby, let them know you love them, and give them a hug and a kiss. And if they're not nearby, let them know that you do care, and social media, whatever, message, text, and we'll catch you on the other side. Thank you, guys. Ka kite anō.